stop staring at that blinking cursor trying to figure out what to say, because here's something that nobody is talking about. Most business owners are sitting there racking their brains trying to guess what their audience wants to hear when the exact words they need are already written down for them. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you a gold mine of content waiting to be used. It's showtime. Let's get started. Creating consistent, engaging social media content shouldn't feel like rocket science. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs go from I don't know what to post to I've got this, using simple, easy to implement steps that make a big difference. I'm Maggie Carey, and welcome to the Painless Posting Podcast. You are sitting on amazing content for your business. It is sitting in your reviews, your Google reviews, your recommendations on LinkedIn, those emails and letters and phone calls and comments that your people, your valued customers, your raving fans are giving you every single day. It may even be sitting in your DMs where somebody said, I was so nervous, but you made it so easy. That language is not just a testimonial. That, my friends, is your next caption. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to feed these real customer words into AI and then turn them into social media posts that actually connect. No overthinking, no blank pages, no writing more copy that sounds like a corporate press release. Let me ask you something. When you sit down to write a caption, what actually happens? For most business owners I talk to, it looks something like this. They open up Instagram, they stare at the post box, they type something, they delete it, they type something again, they delete it again, they close the app and tell themselves they'll just do it later. And the frustration part is not because they don't know about their business. They absolutely do. It's because translating what you do into words that actually resonate with people, that's the hardest part. And that's the step where most people get stuck. Well, today, we're skipping that step entirely. We're not doing that ever, ever, ever again. The big shift comes when you stop writing and start listening. So here's what most people do when they write content for their business. They try to sound professional. They try to sound authoritative. They try to say the right thing in the right way at the right level of polish. And what comes out? And you hear it, right? Generic, flat, forgettable. Now compare that to what your actual customers say when they're telling a friend about working with you. Things like, this made things so much easier than I expected. I honestly didn't think I could do this, and now I'm actually doing it. Or, I finally feel like I know what I'm doing, and that's everything. Maybe you sell a product. Somebody may say, I can't believe I waited so long to buy this. It is life-changing. It is saving me so much time. It is reducing my frustration, reducing my stress. Do you feel the difference? The language is real. It's emotional. It's unpolished in the best possible way. And that's exactly how your next customer is thinking about their problem right now. That's what I call mirror marketing. Instead of trying to come up with better words, you mirror the words that already work. Your reviews are not just testimonials. They are pre-written marketing message straight from the people you most want to reach. And AI, well, that becomes the tool that helps you organize them, refine them, and turn them into consistent content strategy. So let's talk about how to actually do that, because here with the Painless Posting Podcast, I'm about simplifying the social media process, and that means taking shortcuts that work. So step one in my mirror marketing process is to gather your raw gold. The first step is the one most people skip because they think they need a fancy system, and you don't. Here's all you need to do it. You open up a blank document, you start copying and pasting reviews. That's it. Copy and paste. Pull from wherever your customers are talking about you. Google reviews, Facebook recommendations, emails where someone said thank you, text messages after a session, DMs, comments, even verbal feedback you wrote down. You don't need 20 of them. 5 really strong specific reviews will do more than 50 vague ones. You know, those ones that say, it's great job, thumbs up, fire emoji. They land flat. And as you're collecting, start looking for patterns. Ask yourself, or ask the AI, what are people most relieved about? What surprised them in a good way? What results do they mention over and over? What were they afraid of before they started? Those patterns, that's your content roadmap. And here's a pro tip. You can keep a simple spreadsheet with columns for source, pain point, key result, and standout quote. You'll thank yourself later. Step 2 in the Mira marketing process is give AI the right job. Okay, so here's where most people go completely wrong with AI. They open ChatGPT or Claude and type something like, write me a caption about my business. And AI gives them something that sounds like AI wrote about a generic business because you didn't give it anything real to work with. And it's hard to kind of figure that out, right? So here's the upgrade. Instead of asking AI to invent something, you ask it to reflect something. Get the Mira reflect. I know it's cheesy. Here's the actual prompt I want you to save, and I'll put this in the show notes below. You are a social media copywriter specializing in authentic, conversation-focused content. Here are 5 real customer reviews for my business, and you paste your reviews here. Please do the following. 1. Identify 3 to 5 most common emotions, phrases, and outcomes customers mention. 2. Note the specific words and expressions they use naturally, not polished marketing language. That's really important. 3. Write 3 social media captions using that exact vocabulary and emotional rhythm. 1 caption that speaks to the fear or hesitation before working with me. 1 caption that captures the transformation or result. 1 caption that uses a direct customer phrase as the hook. Keep the tone warm, real, and conversational. Avoid corporate-sounding language and give it the platform, whichever platform you want to use. You could also say, give me that for Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Now, read that back to yourself. You're not asking AI to make something up. You're giving it real data and a real job. The output will sound like your clients, which means it will resonate with your next client. It's that simple. So step 3 in Mira marketing is build out using the H.E.L.P framework. Now, let's take what AI gives us and shape it using the H.E.L.P framework, which is our signature painless posting structure for captions that actually convert. As a reminder, H.E.L.P is an acronym. So the H stands for hook, lead with their exact word or question that mirrors their experience. E, explore the pain point. Acknowledge the moment of doubt, confusion, or overwhelm. L, lay out the solution. Show what shifted without being preachy or salesy. And P, prompt the action. Give them one clear next step. Here's a quick example of Mira marketing using your reviews. Say a customer wrote, I didn't even realize how much I needed this until I was done. That becomes this hook. I didn't even realize how much I needed this until it was done. That is what one of my clients said last week, and it stopped me in my tracks. Pain point. So, many business owners are running on empty, doing all the things, but never quite getting ahead of the content. Solution. What changed for her was having a system, not more hours in the day, a system that worked while she focused on her actual business. Now, the action. If that sounds like exactly what you need, the link in my bio is where to start. We're done. A few short sentences coming from a real review. That caption came from a real review, shaped by a real framework, and it will speak to real people. So the fourth step in mirror marketing is to batch smarter. Here's where you start saving serious time. Once you've collected your reviews and run them through the prompt, you'll notice the themes start clustering naturally. Things like ease. This was so much simpler than I expected. Time savings. I got hours back of my week. Confidence. I finally feel like I know what I'm doing. Results. I actually got new clients from this. I actually got new business from this. I actually lost weight, whatever the result is. And fear to freedom. I was so nervous, but it was worth it. Each of those themes is a content pillar, and each pillar gives you a week, sometimes more, of posts. So instead of sitting down every Monday wondering what to post, you sit down once a month, run your reviews through the process, and batch an entire content calendar. Weeks of content created in one session using words you didn't even have to write. How amazing is that? I want to zoom out for a second, because this isn't just a caption hack. When your content consistently uses the same language your customers use naturally, three things happen. People feel understood faster, which means they trust you faster. Your posts sound more human, not like they came from a marketing template. And the third, you build authority without the exhausting performance of trying to sound impressive. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. When content feels effortless to create, you will actually show up consistently. And consistency beats perfection every single time. This is the data-first approach to content. It sounds fancy, but it's actually the simplest thing in the world. Listen to your customers, then talk to more people like them. AI is just the tool that makes the listening to talking pipeline faster. Let's make this mirror marketing real. If you do nothing else from today's episode, do this first. Find 5 customer reviews, emails, texts, Google, wherever they live. 2, paste them into ChatGPT or Claude or your AI of choice with the prompt I shared. It is in the show notes. 3rd, ask it to identify the patterns, the emotions, phrases, outcomes. 4, take one of those patterns, turn it into one caption using the H.E.L.P process. I will also put that link in the chat because we have an AI tool that has the H.E.L.P process built into it. And it's free. And then post it. 5 steps to success. That's the whole thing. One real review becomes one real caption that speaks to real people. Genius in its simplicity. And once you see how different it feels, how much easier it sounds, how much more it lands, you'll never go back to staring at that blinking cursor again. You don't need better words. You need real words. And your customers have already given them to you. Now, remember that free AI tool I mentioned with the H.E.L.P process in it? If you go to H.E.L.P Caption Creator, you can use this to feed in the process, and it will help you create that hook, explore the pain point, lay out the solution, and prompt the action. Go to helpcaptioncreator.com to download your own personal ChatGPT version of the H.E.L.P framework for yourself to use over and over again. If you found today's episode helpful, would you kindly do me a favor and leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice? It takes about 30 seconds, and it helps other business owners find this show, which means more people are going to get off that content hamster wheel, and you're going to help them. I read every single review, and who knows, your words might end up in a future social media post, just like I explained in this episode. Until next time, keep your posting painless and your engagement powerful.